of second order PDEs, we have seen something like hyperbolic, parabolic, equations, and then we have solved some of the problems also that we classified. But can we generalize for more than n variables that we are going to do today? And then we are going to see how to transform the partial differential equation from Cartesian coordinate to polar coordinates and how to solve those problems also. We'll see one or two problems. Similarly, other coordinates are also there, like cylindrical coordinates and spherical coordinates. So those ideas are a little bit, but I will not solve everything completely. I'll just keep the idea. So let us solve. Let us see the classification of second order PDE in n variables. So in n variables, second order PDEs is to the semi-linear PDEs. You can say, like we can write in this way: Aij dou square u by dou xi dou xj. Okay, so this is the general way you can write it. Plus b summation I equal to 1 to n. Okay, this is for the second order, and this is for the first order of bi into dou u by dou xi plus some cu plus p equal to 0. So this is the general. If you put right cu plus t, so you can put the d on the right hand side, so that can become like other. So homogeneous, non-homogeneous part, etc. So now this is the general second order PDE in n variables, where a, j, p, a, j, these are all like functions of x and x1, x2, x1, x1 can be there. U is also a function of x1. So this I can write it as this way. Okay, dou by dou x1, dou by dou x2, etc. Dou by dou xn into matrix A11, A12, etc. A1n, A21, A22, etc. A2n, etc. AN1, AN2, etc. AN. Into I can write again dou by dou x1, dou by dou x2, etc. dou by dou x. Plus here B I am going to write this B1, B2, etc. Bn, and here we dou by dou x1, dou by dou x2, etc. dou by dou x. Plus Cu plus B I can write it. So this one I am going to call this A. Okay, this is called A. I am going to call this A. And this one we know del. I am just going to denote this as del. Okay, so I have U here, so everywhere I can put U. Okay, this I can just operate on U. This also I am operating on. Okay, so that I have written Qx1 directly, but that is the this is the meaning of that. This is the operator which is going to apply. Don't confuse with that. So Ux1 whole square cannot come. It's an operator operating on it. That's what this is going to be. Dou square x1 by dou x2 square. Okay, so that is the meaning of it. Not Ux1 into x2. Okay, U of x1 x2 means first order. So this I am going to denote as del. So I can write this as del. I am going to denote this as del u transpose A del u plus this I am going to do is P transpose into del u plus Cu plus D equal to J. Okay, I can write this way. Okay, so I can write this way del u. I am going to denote this one as A, and this is going to be del. Then I can write this as this way. Now what we have is we are looking for A is symmetric values. Okay, A is symmetric, which we are looking for it. Suppose it is not symmetric, also what you can do is that using some of the properties like half of them you can split. Okay, we are assuming that dou xi and dou xj is same. So in that case, you can split them into half of them for the one part, another part for half of them. So you can convert them into symmetric matrix form. Okay, if it is not even if it is not symmetric also, you can always find a H such that this is going to be symmetric. Okay, so you can just rewrite this equation. So that is going to happen. So therefore, what you are going to get is that we are going to consider this one del u transpose A, where I am going to assume A is symmetric. If it is not symmetric, you convert it. Okay, this A is symmetric. Okay, this is the only thing. Plus, I am going to write plus some lower order terms. Okay, lower order terms. Because if you remember the hyperbolic, parabolic, etc., we pushed all the lower order variable to the right hand side. Only the higher order variables we kept it in the left hand side. So we are going to do the same thing. So I'm going to keep only this this one in the left hand side. So this part only I will keep it, okay, and remaining part I'm going to push it on the other side. Okay. So I will just treat it as a lower rank. So in this case, what I can do is that based on this one, I can classify this matrix. For this, what I'm going to do, I'm going to transform that once again. Okay, we are going to transform it. The transformation is I'm going to use chi equal to, okay. So suppose x1 and x2 are variables. I'm going to take chi equal to q into x. I'm going to take. Okay. Suppose I take chi equal to qx, then what you can do, chi can be written as q is a matrix. Okay, q is a matrix, n by n matrix. So in that case, I can write chi equal to summation. Okay, I equal to 1 to so chi a. So for each j, you can just write that. So chi a equal to, you can write summation. Sorry, there's a mistake there. So chi a is equal to, this is chi a is equal to summation j equal to 1 to n q I j x j. Okay, this is nothing but chi for each variable I can use. Okay. So in that case, similarly, dou by dou xi, I can write the chain rule if I apply the chain rule. So dou by dou eta k into dou eta k by dou xi is going to come. Similarly, dou square xi by dou xi, you can do the same kind of logic. You'll get dou square eta k dou square l into dou eta k dou eta n divided by dou xi dou xi. So now what we have in general. So if I have a transformation, after applying this transformation, what we are going to get is that you are going to get this matrix in this format. You are going to get this is going to become like after the transformation. This is going to become like summation q ij. Summation q double summation will come because one for the aij, another is for this one. Okay, the transformation. If I am going to get double summation. So first summation is running over I comma j, where the inside summation is going to be running for I comma j because I am taking this one and applying this transformation. Therefore, this is going to be from k comma l equal to 1 to n. This is j comma l comma 1 to n. So this is going to be qkl, okay, qkj, okay, into aij into qlj. Okay, qkj, aij into qki, aij, and qlj is going. Okay, so this is going to be my transfer. Once I apply this one, it is going to be that into dou square u by into I am going to use that transformation. Therefore, this is going to become like dou square u by. Okay, so this is going to be like dou square u by. I transform to the new coordinate system eta. So this is going to be dou eta k, dou eta n plus after transformation there are some lower values. Okay. So what I can do is that if I apply this transformation, okay, simply applying here, what I am going to get is that this q I am going to operate on both sides. So in that case, it is going to become like this is going to become like I am going to apply that q transpose. Okay. AQ, okay, this one, this coefficient matrix. Okay, just take only the coefficient matrix, and that is nothing but Q transpose AQ. Okay, that is going to be my transformation. Okay, so Q transpose AQ, which is I am going to apply on that, which is nothing but the coefficient of this matrix. Now what I have a A is symmetric matrix. Okay, this A is symmetric matrix. So if A is symmetric, we have a property that all its eigenvalues are real. Okay. And also there is the property that if A is a real symmetric matrix, that is an orthogonal matrix. Okay, if A is a symmetric matrix, there is an orthogonal matrix such that P transpose
is equal to D.
So diagonalization, you can do that. Now it is given that A is a symmetric matrix, real symmetric matrix. Therefore, all its eigenvalues are real. Therefore, this lambda is also going to be real. Okay, so I can just write it as lambda 1, lambda 2, etc. Lambda n, I can write it. So now what you can do is that, so you are choosing your chi equal to qx. Suppose you choose your q in such a way that this is orthogonal matrix. Okay, so if it is an orthogonal matrix, it is giving this property q transpose aq equal to lambda. In that case, you can just classify that equation. Okay, you can just convert this equation or we can classify that depending on the eigenvalues. Okay, that's what we are going to do. So the lambda is an eigenvalue real matrix. So I'm going to choose my P equal to Q. If I choose P equal to Q, then I am going to get Q transpose AQ equal to lambda is going to come. P capital lambda is going to come. So that is nothing but lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda. So now what we can do, we can just depending on the, so the lambda is nothing but the eigenvalues of the matrix here. So depending on lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda n, I can classify my equation in order. So if lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda n all are same, okay, lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda 2, everything is not equal to 0. Okay, so all these lambda i's are not equal to 0. First case, all lambda i's are not equal to 0. Case 1, so all lambda i's are not equal to 0. Okay, and then all lambda I signs, okay, signs of all lambda I signs are same. Okay, for example, if I have lambda 1 sign is positive, then all lambda 2, lambda 2, lambda n, everything should be positive. If lambda 1 is negative, all lambda 2, lambda 2, lambda n should be negative. Okay, so if it is having same sign, then we call it as a elliptic. So this is called elliptic. Second case, hyperbolic. Okay, hyperbolic what I have is same thing. Lambda I not equal to 0. Okay, all lambda I should be same sign except 1. Okay, except 1. Anywhere it can be there. I'm just giving like first one is not equal to, but anywhere it can be there. Okay, lambda i's are not equal to 0. All lambda i's are same sign. All lambda i's are same sign except 1. Okay, so means that will be opposite. So if it is positive, suppose lambda 1, lambda 2, lambda n minus 1 are positive, then lambda n should be negative. Or I can say lambda 1 is positive, then lambda 2, lambda n should be negative. Okay, so one should be opposite of the other. Okay, so only one should be opposite of the remaining all. So in that case, we call this hyperbolic. In parabolic, so for parabolic, what we have is we have lambda I should be 0. At least one lambda I should be 0. Okay, characteristic I such that one lambda I should be 0. So in that case, we can say that it's a parabolic. So let us verify that whether it is true or not in our case of 2D variable. Okay, so first we'll try for the 3-dimensional variable and then we'll go for the 2D variable. I'll just give it as an exercise probably, or you can just tell me whether it is true or not. Okay, so first problem, let us take Laplace equation. Okay, three-dimensional Laplace equation. So uxx plus uyy plus uzz equal to 0. Okay, so this I can write it as this here a is going to become like 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1 is going to become. Okay, so this is going to be your a. You can see that clearly this a is symmetric and it's identity matrix, so eigenvalues are all the same. Okay, if eigenvalues are all same sign, lambda is not equal to 0, then this is elliptic. Okay, same case you can see for 2-dimensional case, we know that uxx plus uyy equal to 0. So here it is going to become like 1 0 is are positive. Okay, it is a symmetric matrix. Eigenvalues are 1 and 1. So all lambda is are not equal to 0 and lambda is are same sign. Therefore, it is elliptic. Okay, fine. So you can just do the same way for the other equation also. So next equation, let's see for the wave equation. So in wave equation, what we have for 3-dimensional one means 2-dimensional space and 1-dimensional in time. Okay, so in this case, what is it going to come? Equal to 0. So this is going to become like 1 0 0. Okay, this is 0 minus c square 0 0 0 minus c square is going to come. So you can see that two eigenvalues are same sign. Okay, so two eigenvalues are same sign except first one is having different sign. So eigenvalues are minus c square. Therefore, this is going to become like hyperbolic. Same thing you can do for the other one also. Okay, so if you take utt minus c square uxx equal to 0, which is nothing but the wave equation in 1D. So again I will get 1 0 0 minus c square. So you can see that only two eigenvalues are there, so one should be opposite of that. That would be our value. Okay, so you get the same kind of things over here. So then it is going to give you the answer as elliptic in this case also. Now another case, I don't know whether I have that. Okay, yeah, heat equation. So for heat equation, what is the equation? It is going to be, for heat equation is ut minus c square, again two dimensional, okay, uxx plus uyy equal to 0. So this is going to become like, with respect to t variable, there is no double derivative, therefore it is going to become like 0. With respect to other one I have, so 0 minus c square, 0 0 0 minus c square. So you can just see that one of the eigenvalues are 0, therefore it is going to become a parabolic. So this is parabolic. Okay, and same way for other one. So ut minus c square uxx, we are going to get 0 0 0 minus c square. So again, one of the eigenvalues are 0, therefore we are going to get that as parabolic. Okay, so these are the classification which you get. So same thing you can do for n-dimensional variable also. So in general, if you take a Laplace operator, okay, if you take a Laplace operator del u equal to 0, where n variables are there, again you are going to get the same thing, 1 1 1 1 1 1 everywhere is going to come. So that is going to become like all sides are going to be same, so it is going to become like ut. Same thing if you take utt minus, so here in the case of n-dimensional, utt minus del u, okay, if you take del u equal to 0, c square into del u equal to 0. Once again same thing, 1 0 0 is going to come. Okay, everywhere first row is 1 0 0 0 and 1 0 0 0 and 0 n minus 1 times. Then 0 minus c square is going to come, 0 0 minus c square, etc. etc. Then we are going to get last entry 0 0 0 minus c square is going to come. So once again same thing, all its diagonal entries square except the first row. So we are going to do the same. You can apply the same logic for the. So this is how the classification is done for the n-dimensional case. Okay, n variables. Any doubts? Also there is another classification is also there. For example, if you have a system of PDE, in that case also we can classify them depending on this lambda is you can classify. But I didn't cover that. Probably you can just check it in some of the textbook. You can see system of PDE because system of PDE. Okay, fine. Now let's go for the next one. Okay, so now topic next one is Laplace equation in polar coordinates and so I have already discussed this. Okay, the exercise and the equipment that I have already discussed. So you can just check whatever we didn't discuss except the Laplace and heat and wave equation. Other equations are there. Those equations. Okay. So now we go for the Laplace equation in polar coordinates. Okay, so in polar coordinates, how we transform. So first we go for the two-dimensional Laplace equation. So uxx plus uyy equal to 0. Then in polar coordinate, you can just put x equal to r cos theta, y equal to r sin theta. Okay, and we are going to find the corresponding equation in polar coordinates. So what is it going to come? I have to find what is my xr. Okay, xr is going to become like cos theta. X theta is going to become like minus r sin theta. And then xrr is 0. xr theta theta is minus r cos theta. Similarly, yr equal to sin theta. Y theta is going to be r cos theta. And then y rr is going to become like 0 again. Y theta theta is going to be like minus r cos theta. So r sin theta. Okay. So now what we need to do, so the other way also you can write, okay, so r equal to, so there are two ways to update the equation. Another way you can take r equal to square root of x square plus y square, okay, and then theta equal to tan inverse of y by x. From here also you can just get that polar coordinate transformation, okay. But I'm going to use only this one and I'm going to derive that. So we'll see that. So now we need to find what is our UXX and URR and UYY. So UR is nothing but UX XR plus UY YR. Okay. So UX into XR is nothing but UX into cos theta plus UY into sin theta. Okay. Now I don't require U theta mostly, so I just keep that, but I have calculated that U theta may not be required for our computation. So we'll go for URR directly. Okay, URR is going to be UXX into XR square. Okay, UXX into XR square. The same thing, if we did for our canonical transformation, almost we did the same thing. Means of r comma r, we got phi comma psi. Okay, psi and beta was there, so similar kind of things. So you are UXX into XR, then you have UXY 2 times UXY into XR YR plus UYY YR square plus UY into UX into XRR plus UY into YR. So that is going to become like UXX into XR square is cos square theta. So UXX into cos square theta plus 2UXY into cos theta sin theta plus UYY into YR square is going to become like minus R square. Sorry, so this is cos square theta, this is sin square theta. Plus UX into XRR is 0, YR is also 0. Now similarly you can find the U theta theta. U theta theta is going to be same kind of thing. So UXX into X theta square plus 2UXY into X theta Y theta plus UYY into Y theta square plus UX into X theta theta plus UY into Y theta theta. So this is going to become like UXX into X theta square is nothing but R square. R square UXX into R square sin square theta plus 2UXY X theta with theta, so minus is going to become minus 2UXY cos theta sin theta plus UYY this is sin square theta, this is cos square theta.
R square.
So UYY into R square cos square theta plus UX into minus XR cos theta. So yeah, minus UX into R cos theta minus UY into R sin theta. So if you just see this one, okay, if you see this one and this one almost same, okay, so I'm just going to replace this one. This one I can write it as minus UR. Okay, this one and this one are same. UX cos theta, UY sin theta. So only minus one place there. So I can replace it as minus UR. Okay, so I can just bring that on the left hand side. So this I can just write as U theta theta plus UR. I can write it. Now if I just so here there is R square missing. R square is there. Okay, R square is there. So R square, if I divide by R square, this is going to become like 1 by R square is going to come. Okay, so in this case, R square will get cancelled. So here sin square theta is there, and here R square will get cancelled, and this R square will get cancelled. Now if you see these two, almost basically similar, except that there is a sin square theta, here cos square theta. So this I can write it as UXX into 1 minus cos square theta. Okay, and minus 2UXY cos theta sin theta plus uyy into 1 minus cos square theta. Sorry, 1 minus sin square theta.
Sin square theta.
So if you just combine this uxx plus uyy, our problem is given uxx plus uyy equal to 0. For these two will become 0. Remaining thing I'm going to get it like minus uxx cos square theta plus 2uxy sin square theta etc. is going to become almost same as ur. Okay. Therefore, what you are going to get? You are going to get the equation as follows. So you are going to get the equation as minus u square here. So you are going to get URR, okay, URR minus 1 by r square, sorry, plus 1 by r square, UR plus 1 by r square, U theta. Okay, so this is the Laplace equation in polar coordinates. This is the Laplace equation in polar coordinates. Now, if we go for the cylindrical coordinates, the same kind of logic is going to come, because you are going to have only one extra term, z equal to z is going to come. That is not going to affect anywhere over here, because u is same as whatever there in the other one also. So only this is going to be there. So in that case, what you are going to get plus u is going to come. Remaining everything is same. Okay. So that is the cylindrical coordinate which you are going to get. Now the next one, spherical coordinates, similar kind of things. I'm not going to delay that, but I have uploaded the answers how to get that in the miscellaneous section. Okay, you can just check that. Miscellaneous section I have given how to apply that. Similar kind of expression you will get it. Okay, so big expressions will come, and then you can simplify that. So finally you will get a equation of this. Okay, large expressions will come. So I have given that in the miscellaneous section. You can verify. So in spherical coordinate, this is going to be your equation. URR plus 2 by r into ur plus 1 by r square u pi pi plus cot pi by r square into u pi plus 1 by r square sin square pi into theta theta equal to 0. This is going to be your spherical coordinates coordinate. Okay. Next one, you can verify that for the Laplace equation in polar coordinates, if I just substitute un is equal to r power n into cos n theta. In that case, this is going to satisfy this Laplace equation. Substitute r power n into cos theta. This is going to be satisfied. So, for example, I can just verify one thing. So, if I take two derivatives, okay, URR, then this is going to become like r power n minus 2 is going to come. Here, here, once again, if you are doing the other one, you are going to get a similar kind of one thing. Here, some mistake I have committed. Some mistake is there. It's not 1 by r square. Sorry. Mistake. Let's once again come back. Uyy cos square theta is fine. Ux cos theta. Okay, here we made a mistake. See, here it was ux into minus ux into r cos theta was there. Okay, r cos theta minus uy into r sin theta was there. Okay, so therefore there is a mistake here. So it should be not ur, it should be 1 by r into ur. Okay, so it should be r into ur. So you are going to get 1 by r into ur is going to come. Okay, it's not 1 by r square. Remember that we made a mistake. Here there is a r cos theta r sin theta. Okay, so it should be 1 by r into ur. Okay, fine. So now r power n cos n theta. Okay, in r power n cos n theta, what we have is that we have a you can just I can just give a hint of that. Suppose you are just make URR. Okay, URR is going to have r power n minus 2. Okay, plus something is going to come. Similarly, UR is going to have r power n minus 1 is going to come. Okay, so if you just divide by r, this is going to be r power n minus 2. Similarly, u theta theta, where r is not going to be equal, so again you are going to get r power n minus 2 is going to come. So therefore, you are going to get everywhere r power n minus 2 will come, and remaining things will get cancelled. So you are going to get it like 0 is going to come. So this one you can get r power n into cos theta, r power n into sin theta is going to be. So in general, you know, like the way we derive the way which we derive the Laplace heat equation or wave equation, use the separation of variable. So in the separation of variable, what we have is we assume that u is equal to some g of r into t of theta, we can assume, and then you can obtain the formula. You will get some kind of Fourier series, etc. will come. The same kind of logic will come here. You can apply u of r comma theta. That is, we are going to get r a naught plus summation n equal to 1 to infinity a into r by r power n is going to come. Okay, so this is similar to what we had in the wave equation, heat equation, etc. Okay, so similar kind of logic is going to come. So a cos of theta plus b sin n theta will come. So here it is going to become like r by r power n into cos of theta is going to come. So we'll see that Fourier series in the next class. At that time, we'll see like how to solve the wave equation, etc. So similarly, in spherical coordinate, you can solve the same thing. Here, the idea is again same logic you have to use. So here I just ignore the u theta theta term. Okay, u theta theta term and just ignoring completely in the spherical coordinate, because if you see the spherical coordinates problem, there's a u theta theta term at the last. Okay, that term is not there in the given problem. So in this case, once again, what you can do, you can just assume that u is equal to some g of r into pi of pi, you can write it. Okay, and then you can do the same kind of simplification. Once you do the simplification, okay, the separation of variable, what you will get is that you are going to get a legendary equation inside the for one of the equation. Okay, I think it is coming for the r equation. You will get that as a legendary equation. So the legendary equation, once you apply that, you need to find the Legendre solution is going to come. The Legendre polynomial will come. I hope you have studied that in the. Have you studied that in the Legendre polynomial in ODE course? Legendre polynomial is going to come. So using that Legendre polynomial, what you can write it is, you can write the Fourier Legendre series. You can write. Okay. So the Fourier Legendre series is going to give you the solution for the Laplacian spherical coordinates. Okay. So let's forget about that. Now we'll go for the similarly the second one also will get a similar kind of thing. Inside sphere and outside sphere. Okay, let's forget about that. That is exercise. Now we see the Laplace wave equation in polar coordinates. Okay, the wave equation in polar coordinates also will be similar. So because we obtained already uxx plus uy in polar coordinates, so the same thing is going to come here. Uxx plus uyy is going to come. So in that case, I'm going to write utt equal to c square into urr plus 1 by r into ur plus 1 by r square into u theta. That is going to be my wave equation in polar coordinates. Okay. So if I just assume u theta theta equal to 0, okay, for example, now we will assume that u theta theta equal to 0. Now I can write this as c square into urr plus 1 by r into ur. Okay, utt equal to. So this problem, let us see like how to solve. I'll just give the hint of something, not going to solve the completely. So and then we have a we are going to solve this one. We are assuming u theta theta equal to 0, and then we are going to solve u of r comma u of r comma 0. Okay, u of r comma 0 equal to f of r, and ut of r comma 0 equal to g of r, and u r comma t, okay, r comma t, so r is itself equal to 0. Okay. So this problem let us solve. Okay, for this problem, how we obtain solution that will solve. Once again, we are going to use the same kind of logic. Okay, u of r comma t equal to almost all these cases we are going to use this one. Okay, u of r comma t is equal to w of r into g of t. Use the same kind of logic. Differentiate that with respect to r, differentiate that with respect to t. Then you will get an equation. After separation of variable, you will get something like g double dash by g equal to once again you apply over here. Okay, then you are going to get something like 1 by w into w dash, okay, plus 1 by r into w is going to come. Okay, so here c square will come equal to some lambda lambda at k square is going to I'm going to assume it. And then again same logic, like 3 cases you got to take, whether it is a positive case, negative case, etc. You got to define, and then you are going to get your lambda equal to minus k square is going to come. Okay, so only those ways is going to survive. So you are going to get g double dash plus k square c square g equal to 0. Okay, so that is going to be there. and then W double dash plus we are going to get, sorry, here R W dash. Okay. Then again we are going to get R W dash, okay, R W dash plus K square W equal to 0 is going to come. So if I just substitute, if you say the second equation, okay, the first equation you can get the answer as theta is going to come. Okay, some sin theta cos theta is going to come. If I substitute a variable s equal to kr here, if I substitute a variable s equal to kr, then this equation, the second equation, can be transformed to the following format. Okay, this can be transformed into the following format: d square w by ds square, okay, d square w by ds square plus 1 by s into dw by ds plus w equal to 0. Okay, so this is to think with the Bessel's equation. Okay, the Bessel's equation, if you see with nu equal to 0, this is to think with the Bessel's equation. So once again, you are going to get here Fourier Bessel series is going to come. So you might have here Fourier series. We have here in the spherical Laplace equation spherical coordinates, you are getting Fourier Legendre series. In the case of Laplace equation, no, sorry, wave equation in polar coordinates, you are going to get a Bessel equation. So you are going to get the answer in terms of Fourier Bessel series is going to come. Okay. So this is the Fourier Bessel series which you are going to get, because here also you are solving, you are going to get the nu is 0, so j naught of is going to come. You are going to get the answer in terms of j naught. Okay. And then once again you apply the to compute the coefficients am and dm, you apply u of r comma 0 equal to f of r. Then you can compute am is equal to integrate once again using the Fourier expansions, etc. The same logic applied. Then what you are going to get, your am you can determine. Similarly, bm can be determined. Same logic. So this is the Laplace equation, wave equation in polar coordinates. Now let's solve one problem in annular region. How to solve the problem? So once again, we are going to take this equation. Okay, we are going to take this equation. U r r plus 1 by r square u theta theta. Okay, we are going to take this equation plus some of the conditions. Now we are going to define it on an annular region. So annular region means you have a r here, okay, you have r1 and r2 here, center, let's say this is r1 and r2 is there. Okay, so this I call this r1, this I call this r2. Okay, so then what I can do, this is the portion I have defined. This is the portion defined. Okay, so in this portion, how do we find that? So I can just write this as, so this is r1, this is r2, so I can write equal to 0. So I'm going to take 0 less than or equal to r1 less than or equal to r2. Okay. So I'm going to take my problem. So this problem is defined on r1 less than or equal to r less than or equal to r2. So here it is defined this way. Then I define other conditions. So u of r comma minus pi equal to u of r comma pi I'm going to take. Okay, this is the problem which I'm going to consider. And then u of r2 comma minus pi equal to u of r2 comma pi, u of r2, okay, this is r1, r2 comma pi, okay, and similarly for all the rest of it. So here my problem is this way. So I take the same problem, u r plus 1 by r into u r plus 1 by r square into u theta theta equal to 0 and 0 r1 less than or equal to r less than or equal to r2. Then I have u of r comma pi minus pi, u of r comma pi equal to u of r comma minus pi, or minus pi equal to r comma pi, doesn't matter. Okay, and then u of u theta, okay, u theta of r comma minus pi equal to u theta of r comma pi I am going to take. Then I have u of r1 comma theta, okay, u of r1 comma theta I am going to take as f of theta. And u of r2 comma theta I'm going to call it as, okay, let me call it as f1 of theta, this I will call it. Then in this case, once again, what you can do, use the same kind of logic what we used in the earlier case. You define u of r comma theta equal to, so u of r comma theta equal to g of r into phi of theta, okay, phi of theta. Then again do the same kind of arguments, etc. Then what you are going to get is that you are going to get an equation like r square g double dash of r divided by g of r, okay, plus r into g of r, g dash of r, g dash theta, not g double dash, g dash of r divided by g of r, okay, equal to, on the other side you are going to get pi double dash of minus pi double dash of theta divided by pi theta squared. Pi double dash of theta minus pi theta. So this once again use the same logic lambda I put in, and then discuss all three cases, positive, negative, etc. Then what you can claim is that you are going to survive with only one term. Okay, so in that case, what you are going to get? You are going to get r square g double dash of r. So in that case, we are going to get only one term will be surviving. So I can just rewrite this equation in this format. Okay, pi double dash plus lambda pi equal to 0, one equation, and then g double dash plus RGR, okay, plus G double dash plus RGR minus lambda is going to get from G dash RG dash plus lambda G is going to come. Okay, just check that whether it is correct or not. Okay, probably R square will be coming here. Just check that. Probably R square will come here. Okay. Just use the same logic and then verify that. Okay, maybe some mistakes may be there in the slides. So just check that. So this is the same logic. I'm just giving the idea how to solve the problem today. So r square g double dash plus r g dash plus lambda g is going to come probably. Then once again, yeah, I think this is r square because that's a mistake. Because this I know like this is going to form like iron classification is going to come. So from that it will come. So once again, what you do, apply this logic u of r comma minus pi, u of r comma pi, you apply that, and u theta of r comma minus pi and u theta of r comma pi, if you apply that, what you can claim is that you can just claim that for this case it is going to become like g of r into pi of minus pi equal to g of r into pi of pi is going to come. Similarly, u of pi dash of minus pi dash of pi is going to come. The same kind of thing. So in this case, you can see that if these two are equal, either if it is g of r is completely 0, then these two equality will be same. Okay. If g of r is not equal to 0, then I can cancel this together. I can cancel these two terms, and then I can get that pi of minus pi equal to pi of pi. Okay. Same logic can apply for the u theta of r comma minus pi. So in that case, g of r, if it is 0, then you can claim that. Otherwise, you can claim the other one. But g of r cannot be 0 because if g of r is 0, then u of r1 comma theta cannot be f1 of theta, and u of r2 of theta cannot be f2 of theta. And for, moreover, if g of r is 0, u of r comma theta is going to be completely 0, which I am not interested. Okay, so that in that case, you can assume that g of r is completely not equal to 0. So you can claim that u of pi of minus pi equal to pi of pi. Okay, so then you can use this logic u of r I comma theta equal to fi comma theta r I use it. Then what you are going to get is that you are going to get the answer as you can solve this problem. Okay, you can solve this one pi double dash plus lambda pi equal to 0 together with this equation pi of minus pi equal to pi of pi and pi dash of minus pi equal to pi dash of minus pi. You can solve this simple ODE problem. Then you can get the answer. Okay. And then once again, you use the second, use it for the, you will get lambda is equal to some k square is going to come. Use the same kind of logic, positive, negative, etc. Okay. Then you can substitute in the second equation. So in that case, what you are going to get, this is going to become like Euler classification is going to come. So you have two cases to come. So for depending on the k, you will have, so when r is equal to when k equal to 0, one case will come, when k not equal to 0, another case will come. So k equal to 0 case, you can just see the first one, a naught plus b naught ln r will come for this one. Okay, and here it will become like 1 is going to come. Similarly, k equal to 1 to infinity, you are going to get that is going to become like this equation. You are going to get something like a power k into r power k is going to come. Okay, so you know the Euler classification solution is something like y equal to x power if it is of the form x square y double dash plus ax y dash plus b vy equal to 0. So in that case, you will find that y equal to x power m and then substitute the values of the same kind of logic here. So you are going to get the solution in this a power k ak into p power k into r power minus k, etc. So from that you can just claim that you are going to get the answer as ak rk plus bk power r minus k, etc. is going to come once you are applying the product, etc. So here once again you can use the Fourier series logic, where you will get a naught plus b naught into ln rj is going to become like 1 by 2 pi into apply the f1 of theta. Okay, if you apply the f1 of theta in the previous slide, for example, apply the multiply by f1 of r comma theta on both sides and then integrate, you are going to get that fj of theta, etc. Similarly for the other. Okay, so this is the general idea for solving the angular region. And here I have given some exercise also which you can just put. Any questions?